Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. This is Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Thanks for being with me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it happened. It finally happened. Mavs fans, it actually happened. Nico Harrison has been fired as the general manager of the Dallas Mavericks, and I can tell you, an entire city is rejoicing in a man losing his job. Dallas is the happiest place on earth. So he's getting fired not even 10 months after the Luka trade, which when the trade happened, everyone was shocked, absolutely stunned. Like, wow, he traded Luka, a generational talent, to the Los Angeles Lakers. My immediate reaction was like, no way. Luka Doncic? You're trading Luka to the Los Angeles Lakers and of all teams to LA? So when it happened, everyone was like, wow, this is one of the worst trades of all time. This isn't despicable. Why would he shop him? You didn't get anything for him. This is a man who made the most ridiculous trade in sports history. And yeah, no, for sure, the Lakers won this trade. It's confirmed now. I mean, you go look at the Mavs. Anthony Davis has played 9 games out of like 44, and the Mavs are terrible. Off to a horrendous start. The fans are enraged, and they finally got rid of this guy before Thanksgiving. For them to finally face reality and dump this guy is a start. It's a huge step. And the thing is, I mean, and because Luka is putting up ridiculous numbers with the Lakers averaging 40 points damn near every night because he's doing what he's doing, you know, with the Lakers, a revenge type of season, if you will. I guess the Mavs finally realized that Nico Harrison wasn't the smartest guy in the room after all, and finally realized what everybody else already knew about him. Not a very smart dude. Like, to see him trade away Luka was the dumbest thing you could do. I mean, there was so many things wrong with this trade. Listen, if you were bold, daring, courageous, foolish enough to trade him, at least shop him around. I would have made sure to get a lot in return for Luka. Um, you understand why Mavs fans chanted fire Nico, with him standing or sitting in the stands at home games looking stupid and everything. Yes, you not only traded your star player, someone who wanted to be a Mav for life, someone who was loyal to the organization and the fan base, but all you got was a box of cookies and a 7 foot big man who is made out of glass. And how has that worked out for you? As much as you thought trading Luka was the best thing for the organization going forward, that it actually was the dumbest thing you've ever done. The biggest thing for me, he didn't get enough in the trade. Whether you like Austin Reeves or not, you have to package him in that deal. You have to ask for him. The fact of it is, Austin Reeves has to be in that trade. He's an asset. And I told you before, listen, I like Anthony Davis, but if you're banking on Davis, who is a big guy, he's already in his early 30s, injury prone. If that's who you're giving up Luka for and hoping to build your franchise around, then you're not going to be able to do what you did when you had Luka on the floor, because he was the bread and butter of your offense. He provided what your team is lacking suddenly now. You're just not going to have a lot of success unless you have elite superior talent around him. I mean, yes, Kyrie is one of the most special players we've ever seen, talent-wise, skill-wise, often injured, off-court drama. All it took was Luka Doncic averaging 40 and a kid wearing a Lakers Luka jersey having a conversation with the Mavs governor. The Mavs finally grew tired of the negativity from the fan base and they fired Nico Harrison. Somebody told me they're building a Nico statue outside crypto. Listen, the Lakers can thank him for one thing. They can thank him for trading Luka to LA. It was the greatest gift ever. A superstar, a young superstar in his 20s, a top player in the league, a transcendent player. It was simply the worst move an executive has made in sports. It's hard to argue. No debate. This was the worst trade we've seen a general manager ever make. Okay? And now we know that the Lakers, with the way the Mavericks have gotten off to this atrocious start, we now know that the Lakers clearly won the trade. If you want to commit career suicide, trade away your best player to the Los Angeles Lakers. No team is ever going to hire Nico Harrison when his reputation is ruined, since he'll forever be known for making that trade. Bad move. Bad move. Regardless, though, I mean, we're going to sit here and blame Nico Harrison, right? And, okay, if you want to blame him, let's blame him. But regardless of how we feel about Nico, ownership signed off on this trade as well. So I'm looking at ownership too, as well. I mean, I'm sure he made the trade and agreed upon it pending ownership approval. But in a sense, this was not a great trade at all. And it ended up costing him his job. Now he's out of a job. He will forever be known as the man who traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. It was so clear that people were clearly looking at this like, man, what the hell are you doing? You traded one of the most skilled offensive players ever in their prime. So, of course, to me, you lost that trade. It's like, what are we doing here? But anyone who wholeheartedly believes Nico made this trade willingly by himself needs to do their research, because this was not all on Nico. Yes, Nico had a big part in this for sure, but it was not all on him. But yes, clearly he needed to go, and now the fans are celebrating. I mean, I've never seen a fan base in my lifetime that has celebrated the firing of a GM. You saw people on the streets celebrating this, basically celebrating this man's demise. Finally glad that it's over, that he is done, that he is gone for good. Because, quite honestly, the fans had it with him. And now you have Anthony Davis, you put him around a bunch of young guys trying to, see if this thing can work. But it hasn't worked. And I don't think it will work. I think this is more telling now that you just need to go into a rebuild. You just clearly need to go into a rebuild. Now, I know the Dallas Mavericks had the number 1 overall pick. They chose Cooper Flagg. I thought that was a great pick. But the way it's looking right now, the Dallas Mavericks don't look like a playoff team right now. They have the 3rd best defense in the NBA, but the offense sucks. And you don't have that offensive guy that provided enough offense because you traded him away. And now I'm hearing all these rumors about Anthony Davis possibly getting traded. Who who wants what for Anthony Davis? Who wants Anthony Davis? Kyrie will be back at the end of the year, early as next year. Who who wants Kyrie, right? Cooper Flag is finding his way. He's a young player. You know, you got to give him time to grow and develop. But to me, you have to be like, I'm hitting a reset button. I'm hitting a hard reset, building around Cooper Flag, building around, whoever the new general manager is going to be, and finding our way, our thing, and our identity. Because clearly, we don't have an identity, you know. But there's a lot with this team right now. I don't even know who exactly their leader is. They really don't have a creator right now. They really don't have that next level scorer. Somebody that can be explosive on that side of the ball. You almost know exactly what you're getting on both ends of the floor from this team right now. And quite frankly, the only guy that can probably save this team or make things more interesting is having Kyrie Irving back. The thing is, there's always this though. You just don't know the reliability of Kyrie Irving, right? We know how talented he is. We know if he has his head on right and if he's healthy, he is going to play 80 to 75 games. And you know what he is going to do. He's going to be great out there. Same thing with Anthony Davis, two-way player. But he's always injured all the damn time. They say the best ability is availability, right? And I know exactly what I'm getting when both of them are on the floor, when they're both healthy, when they're both rolling. But right now, there's really nobody that can take over and lead this team. And that's the only worry right now for the Dallas Mavericks. That's the real worry right now. So right now, there's really no identity. We really don't know who this team is. And again, the first step was firing Nico Harrison. Let's see where the Dallas Mavericks go from here. Let's see what is next for the Dallas Mavericks. Which direction they go in moving forward. Who do they get to play alongside a guy like Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie Irving? Because I feel like there's something missing on this team. First and foremost, you have two injury-prone players, and that's not going to get it done for this team. And again, you were stupid enough, your GM and the people who approved this were stupid enough to say goodbye to Luka. And Nico's excuse was, well, we're going to see what happens down the road. We're going to eventually see if this was the right move. And now we see that it wasn't the right move. It was a very terrible move because you moved on from a generational talent because you came up with this excuse that it was because he was too fat, that he was lazy, because he had an alcohol problem, or whatever the other excuse was for why you traded him. See, you had to come to your own defense to try to justify the trade, when in reality the trade was never justifiable. And now, guess what? Nico Harrison is no longer employed by the Dallas Mavericks because of this one terrible mistake that will haunt the Dallas Mavericks for many years to come. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. That's all I have for you guys. Really appreciate the love and support. If you guys like the content, you guys know where you guys can reach out. You guys know where you can find my commentary. You guys can watch this stuff on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Check out the YouTube channel, The Sports Judge. Also follow on TikTok, The Sports Judge 85. And you guys can follow me on Instagram, Sports Judge 85 as well. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. We'll talk again very soon. I'm getting out of here now. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thank you.